go. Hey, what it do, man? Here be that man, 3D Dev, and you tuning into another random interviews with strangers. And today's special guest is, his name is John, and I actually met him at a Charlie Rocket event. Shout out to Charlie Rocket. And this man is an entrepreneur, a motivational speaker. He be on online business. And then one thing that really caught my attention out there in Charlie Rocket was when he said his dream. And his dream is to feed millions of people. So he's a go-giver. So let's give a round of applause for our special guest. Woo! Introduce yourself, man. Let them know. No problem, man.
Well, you know, very simple, man. You know, my name is John. Like he said, couldn't say it best. You know, but I can't speak. An entrepreneur, you know, six-figure, moving to a six-figure trader. You know, I have 2 businesses, but you know, I'm very simple, man. You know, just trying to change the world. In order to change the world, we gotta change ourselves first. So thanks for having me, buddy.
Oh, no problem, bro.
Yes, sir.
Hey, you see, he's already starting off getting some seeds. It was a little shaky, the wind's shaky, but anyways, we're gonna start it off random. So I have a random question for you. So if you could be any animal, what would it be, and what's the reason why?
The reason why, very simple. You know, I live with this lion.
Lion?
You know, as a lion, you know, I'm not sure if you know, but lions sleep about 12 to 16 hours a day. But when they're up, it's time to hunt. See, everybody wants to eat, but everybody does not want to hunt. Remember, when lion sleeps and he's up, you better be hiding. Because all he thinks about and all he sees is eat. It's time to eat. So any predators, whether how big you are, how small you are, all I see is eat. If you're like that in life, think about it. The moment you wake up in the morning, you're in a moment of attitude. Attitude and gratitude. You work. Whether you have a full-time job, or you got a business, or you're a rapper, right? You just grind, working on your lyrics, working on your script, working on the trading, working on the business, working on yourself, developing that skills, reading, listening to audios. That's what eating means.
That's facts.
That's what eating means. So it's working harder on yourself than anyone else.
Yeah.
That's a great question, by the way.
Yeah, and that's a great answer. Wait, hold up. Before we even go, you already know when my guests say some deep stuff, I gotta snap. Snap. Wait, rewind and snap again. Hey, that was some deep stuff, bro. So hold up, random. So I already know you're somebody with self-discipline. I see your IG, and I see how you're just talking right there. So there might be people out there that need help need help with self-discipline. So what's one way you are able to keep like so much self-discipline with yourself?
So there's two words, perfect example. There's self and there's discipline. So you gotta discipline yourself. So you gotta discipline your disappointment, right? So here's what you do. You gotta create a habit. I don't believe in motivation, I believe in inspiration, because inspiration comes from in spirit. It comes from within. So you gotta know the reason why you wanna be self-disciplined. What areas, what categories? Is it the morning habits? Is it the drinking habits? Is it the smoking habits? You gotta identify that. And then first, you gotta write down the reason why you wanna do it. Let's say, for example, let's say you wanna quit smoking. Like you wanna quit smoking cigarettes, or you wanna quit drinking. You gotta know the reason why you wanna quit that. And then you cannot eliminate a bad habit. All you need to do is replace a new one. Replace a new one. Right? That's what self-discipline means. And self-discipline comes from self-confidence. And self-confidence is keeping promises to yourself. So if you told yourself you're gonna wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, what you do is you gotta wake up at 6 o'clock. That's what self-discipline means. So self-confidence is following through to whatever you said to yourself. That's why I have a self-accountability mirror. The moment I wake up in the morning, I look myself in the mirror. Are you doing what you're supposed to do? You know, and I'm gonna give it to you and your viewers and followers. I have a 5 critical list. I write down every single night. I pre-plan it because I truly believe that, you know, Jim Rohn says this: if you plan today, you don't have to plan for tomorrow. Right? So I have a 5 critical tasks, right, for tomorrow. The 5 critical tasks is the same thing for the week, for the whole 7 days. Then what you do is that you take one, you erase it, and you add a new one. So every single week you're building a new habit. Right? So for example, let's say you want to work out twice a day. And you did that for the next week. You eliminate that, you add a new one. That's what self-confidence comes from. You don't need self-discipline no more. It's self-confidence. Because when you lack motivation, guess what? Your habit drives you.
Sheesh. Yo, he out here spitting that knowledge right now. We're gonna do another snap. So
I call this anchoring.
yeah. No, real talk though, cause you talking to my spirit. Cause I ain't gonna lie, you're saying some stuff that I need to hear. Cause there's still some habits. Like I said, I'm working on shedding and everything. So, bro, I appreciate you, bro, for real. Y'all hear this, man, bro? So we're gonna keep this going. Hold up, random. So we're coming towards the end of the show, bro. And I see you're someone like with a big heart, and I know you're like you're a go-giver. So what makes you want to give so much? Not just even money, you give giving back in knowledge and energy. What makes you have such a big heart that you want to give back so much?
Well, first of all, I'm a best follower of Tony Robbins, right? The first book I read was Tony Robbins, and one thing I learned, especially reading the Bible as well, is things comes from happiness, but serving people comes from joy. See, if I used to buy shoes every single paycheck. I used to buy like gold chain. Just just typical teenager, right? I get hyped up on that photos, the likes, the I'm talking about teenagers. But when I start serving people, maybe like Charlie Lock is doing, buying someone a Starbucks, right? Or for me myself, donating 10% of my paycheck weekly, 2 weekly, about 2 or 3 months, 2 to 3 times a day. A week. A month. If you look back, I can feel that. So when you do something good for others, right, you're gonna look back how you made them feel and how they made you feel. See, I give because it makes me happy, not because I'm giving, not because it makes them happy. Same thing when I post something, whether inspirational, motivational, or my morning routine. I'm serving that. I'm giving that to people that, hey, that makes me happy. I could care less about your opinion, whether you like it or not. Like, for example, let's say, you bought your mama. Let's say I bought my mom a car. My mom pulled up. She was surprised. She grabbed the key, went to work, and then that's it. At first, all of a sudden, you're going to be like, well, you're supposed to be emotional. You're supposed to cry. That's what a lot of people expect. So for me, once I give that car to her, it makes me happy. It brings me joy. So no matter how you feel, whether it's happy or sad or whatever, I could care less. That's +1 if you want to. But for me, it's it's the joy, and joy comes from giving. The secret to living is giving, finding a way to do more for others than anyone else.
Hey, woo! Yo, bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. He dropped a lot of knowledge on here, and this has been one of my favorite episodes so
go
far.
one more, bro?
Yeah, I know, for real. Man, we about to wrap it up. I want to, but we're gonna have him on again, because eventually it's gonna be a podcast, and we're gonna have to chop it up, because, bro, I'm ready to keep talking. But anyway, this has been another random interviews with strangers, and let them know where they can get you at. Your IG, where can they find you at, man?
Very simple. Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, any social media, LinkedIn, John Lerio. Just type it in, John Lerio, and I can't wait, to meet all your followers, your viewers, and just being able to just feed them on whatever knowledge that I have, being able to serve them on whatever things that I learned in day-to-day daily living, and just maybe pick up one thing. I have this one common thing every day. You gotta do something that sucks. You got to freaking suffer.
That's real.
Like today, after this call, bro, I'm going to Mount Diablo and run 26 miles.
Hey, you heard him? 26 miles.
I'm gonna run on the way to the top. No matter how I feel, I'm gonna come back.
That's real, bro. Damn, I need to hear that.
Tony Robbins once said, if you want to take the island, you gotta burn the freaking boat.
Woo! Stop. But we gonna end it on that one. Yo, you heard this, man? 26 miles. Hey, what you doing though? But he motivated me too. But anyways, I love you, but you need to love yourself, man, and stay evolving, because it's all about growth. Hey.
It's all about growth.